Hey Seekers, Medicine here. And today we're going to be doing a reading for, a weekly reading for Taurians for the week of the 15th, January 15th to the 21st. And to begin us off, it looks like towards the beginning of the week, we have the Three of Cups coming in, which talks about a union, which talks about basically being around people that you really share a connection with, you really feel something for. These are people that you consider to be very close, and you're going to be around these circle of people. If you are asking yourself if you're going to have a successful celebration or a successful party, if you have a celebration or a party or an event coming up, a wedding, a baby shower, anything like that coming up, and these are part of your questions, then this is saying that yes, it's going to be very successful, and they're going to have lots of great people there, and you're going to feel very connected with the people earlier on this week for you Taurians. As we get towards the middle of the week, we get the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, which to me says there's going to be a great misfortune going on. So it seems like things are going to kind of shift at the very beginning of the week, and then things are going to kind of shift, and it's going to turn into kind of this misfortune, this down spiral. I'm going to turn over the rest of them and kind of check this out. Yeah, see, because you're going to getting the Justice card, and you're getting the Tower card. Okay, and the Tower card and the Justice card. For me, this is kind of like my card to symbolize that someone is kind of not really necessarily being fair. There's some favoritism going on. There's some unfairness going on. Things are not being split equally between the people, being picky and choosy, and are just kind of keeping everything for yourself. But specifically, there's no balance. A balance is not being struck between two people or more. And then with the Wheel of Fortune, it seems like it's kind of causing this misfortune to happen. The Tower, so there seems to be some energetic imbalances going on towards the middle and the end of this week, especially with the Tower card in reverse. There's supposed to be a great change happening. But it seems like this change is not going to happen, and instead everyone's kind of going to make like things are perfectly fine and everything is great and everything is beautiful when it's really not. And so it seems like there's going to be a lot of falsehood going on really underneath the cracks, and whereas things have already shifted and changed in the back end, as far as you know, everything might be fine, but on the back end of things, people already kind of have changed things. Your environment has kind of already changed in the back in a dramatic way, and it's not necessarily showing you that. This is like lies are coming up and deceit is coming up, and people are just kind of pretending and making it seem like everything's great and everything's okay when it's really not. And this could also be because once you find out, it can change everything, and no one wants to be the one to give you the bad news or tell you how it really is. And especially after you just had this beautiful time here the week before, no one wants to really give you, the horrible truth that's happening towards the end of the week, actually happening towards the middle of this week. No one wants to really give you the horrible truth. People might just kind of say things just to kind of make it sound good, make it sound something like what you want to hear, instead of saying what it truly is, because they know, excuse me, because they know that if they tell you what it truly is, things are going to change in a very dramatic way, and they don't want to be the one to kind of start that, and so everyone's just kind of really hiding things from you at the moment. Okay, and so kind of, you're starting off really good, you're starting off really beautiful, and perhaps from your perspective and from the perspective of everyone else, you know, you have a really good connection here. But then all of this imbalance and misfortune and all of this deceit and lies begin to happen towards the middle and the end of the week, and everything that perhaps you thought was true here, all of a sudden it's kind of coming to pass, and maybe you're not fine, and maybe you don't want to know. Maybe this is something you're kind of resisting. Maybe this is you kind of saying, you know, let's pretend like this is not happening, even though it is happening. Let's just make it seem like it's not happening. Make it seem like everything is good. Make it seem like everything is perfect when it's really not, you know, because it would change everything, you know, and we're resisting that change with the Tower card. But do know that for me, if I see the Tower card in reverse or if I see it upright, doesn't matter. The change has already really happened energetically, and it's happened in different realms of the human psyche. It just hasn't happened physically yet. It's happened internally. It just hasn't happened externally yet, and there's a lot of resistance being built around that. So it's up to you to decide if you want to just go ahead and pull the plug and have these changes happen, and just go ahead and just say, you know what, this is it, I'm gonna make it happen. You know, it might mean for you that, you know, this guy goes into reverse and these guys go right side up because this guy goes into reverse. Maybe you cancel the celebration, whatever party get together you're gonna get, because now you know that there are some unfocused energies here. Or maybe you decide that the show must go on and you decide to keep this going, you know, but you decide to keep this going, and perhaps the day after you kind of shift gears here and begin to handle this in this way. You know, Taurians, you can be very methodical when you want to be. I'll leave this to you to kind of decide how you want to sort of kind of manifest or, you know, manage this situation. So we got the spirit of empowerment here. And I am actually going to read about the spirit of empowerment because I'm relatively new to the Shaman's Oracle, and I kind of like their messages. And so for you in this moment, I would definitely say, you know, take a deep breath. Right now, while I'm sitting here looking up the spirit of empowerment, take a couple deep breaths, recollect, think about everything that was just said, and kind of see how you're seeing your world right now. See yourself in your world and how you wish it to be. The spirit of empowerment. I am the spirit of empowerment. I hold you in the palm of my hand and fill you with determination and drive that allow you successfully accomplish any task you undertake and overcome any obstacle that stands in your way. I bring you the energizing emotion of a deep-seated self-belief which will transform and strengthen you in every aspect of life. Empowerment is the receipt and assumption of power, and with it comes a fortified belief in our own capabilities. This power, once transferred, will fuel and drive our actions from the simplest domestic task to the highest level of personal endeavor. To be disempowered is to feel weakened, drained, and it is a reflection of modern life that we can so often feel this way. The spirit of empowerment ignites vital energy within us, charging our minds with the tenacity and determination to succeed in all that we do, and making us believe that any achievement lies within our grasp. Some keywords here are feelings of strength, positive energy, life-giving force, heightened awareness, belief in the self restored, enlightenment, a sense of becoming, and being true to yourself. Beautiful cards and beautiful words. I really do hope that you, the seeker, get to work with the energies of spirit of empowerment. It seems like a great spirit to work with, especially for you this week. Feel free if you'd like to share how the spirit of empowerment might have worked for you. If you might like to give some feedback on the spirit of empowerment and how they might have worked for you within the next coming up week, feel free to drop me a line. Feel free to send me a message. I'm great with feedback. Like I said, I'm really new to this. Not necessarily new to tarot, but new to the Shaman's Oracle cards. And I would really love to hear some feedback on how the spirit of empowerment worked for you. But you don't have to, of course. There's no pressure there. If you feel like it's something to keep for yourself, definitely keep it for yourself. But I do hope that either way, the spirit of empowerment does help you this week along your journey. And I hope that you have a great week nonetheless. I see you successful. I see you empowered. Eho Matakuyasin.